Hey everybody. Okay, clearing. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a different reading again, and we're just going to see some questions for DMs, what we can. So some of these questions are going to be challenge directly related to the journey that is the next most beneficial hurdle to tackle, and some clarification on how the DMs are navigating that. Also, like what their awareness is and what they would say to the DFs. Other questions like, what have they... Oh my gosh, I can't read my own writing. Okay. What are they aware of that's changing in you and them because of the journey? Remarkable things that have surprised them on this journey, and then spirit guidance on how they've grown. And then I'm going to do the regular divine counterpart reading. Okay, so I'm getting the Starseed Oracle for their messages, the DM messages, so we'll see how that translates. And yeah, let's see the first question. So what is the current challenge that the DMs are facing directly related to the journey at this time? So what is it? Oh, picking up on telepathic connection, the energetic connection, being able to discern these things accurately. So let's see how that's playing out for them. What are they experiencing regarding that? Whoa. Really cool. So they're not sure if they're picking up on... Okay, so from moment to moment, they can't really tell if the messages they're getting, the cues they're getting for marriage, life partnership. We've got the Union 1111 card here in the reverse and the kindness card. Like, they're really having to practice self-love right now to pick up on these cues they're getting, that you're the one, that the universe is giving them this message, their higher self is giving them this message, your higher self is giving them this message, but they're not sure if they're picking up what's being thrown down the right way. Like, they're getting all these nudges that you're the one, basically, that you're the one because of your soul connection. All these came out in the reverse, and so I'm going to turn them in the upright, which means they are going to have, in no uncertain terms, the confirmation that this is the love of a lifetime. You are the one. This is what their energetic faculties are teaching them at this time, to trust. And this is in very small, everyday ways that it's bombarding them, I just heard. So what can we see about this awakening that they're having to the energetic proof that you are the one, that you're the soul that's meant to be in their life for this lifetime, the love of a lifetime? What would they say to the divine feminines? I'm going to do two cards. One, what would they say now? Okay. And what would they say going forward? Okay, Seal of Venus, elemental magic, self-love, protection. So I'm realizing because of this connection that I'm out of my comfort zone. I now see very clearly where I've needed to love myself more. You've been a perfect mirror, whether it's things you've done, said, or just the way I think about our connection when we're not together. It shows me my faults. It shows me where I act on fear. It shows me how I sabotage. You've never done anything to me to initiate these unstable things in our connection in certain ways. Yes, you have your faults, but they're not the same as mine. There is a specific turn of events that I have initiated, and I understand so clearly because of our connection exactly when it's been my responsibility that things haven't worked out. And I directly see that that is related to my level of self-love, worthiness, belief that this could be real, belief that I deserve a love like this, belief I deserve someone like you. Oh, masculines. But I know this has been protected because you're still here. I can feel that you're still open to me. I feel like I still have a shot. And even if I didn't, the universe is telling me right now I've got to go for it anyways. I can't get away from your name, you, people talking about you, bringing you up, even strangers say things that only point to you. Okay, so going forward, spiral of life, movement, unfolding, opening, temple of elevated senses, impeccability, advancement, loftiness, spiritual path, life lessons and karma, communion, contemplation, higher mind, and the serenity prayer. Okay, the more I see what my karma is, the more I see my negative patterns, the things that I've kept because of lack of self-love in my life, the more I realize I can rise up and above that. I don't have to suffer that fate. I can create my destiny. I can go towards my abundance. I can go towards this connection. I don't have to force it. I can cross each bridge when it comes to let go of karma. I can see what's my responsibility and what's someone else's, and I don't have to carry their guilt. I don't have to be guilted. I don't have to be in shame. I can let go of those things that are not of love, and this connection is teaching me what that is, so that when I see it, I don't have guilt and shame, to let go of things that are playing out that are not healthy. If somebody is bringing that to me, I can say no. If I'm doing that to somebody, I can say no. And so I'm seeing my way. I feel like I talk to you about these things when I'm laying in bed at night. I have conversations with you. I don't know if they're in my head, but I love it. I love that your energy is something that I can tune into and talk these things out. You have no idea how I just talk to you in my head. I caught myself talking to you out loud the other day, laying there, just having a conversation. And I suddenly thought, why is my person not beside me right now to have this conversation in real life? And I realized how far I've pushed you away and how far we are apart right now. And I want it to unfold naturally and organically, but it needs to start somewhere. And so I'm getting there. I'm rising up. I'm doing the best I can to let go of the things that are the old me, that don't work, that drag you down, that drag me down, that have not been healthy with anybody. I'm clearing that path. I'm rising up, and your appearance in my life has been so valuable for this. I didn't know how far in those things I was, how unnecessary those things were. So this is the challenge, is as they are believing in this love, they're seeing the very real ways that they have to make the changes to come up to it. Come up, masculines. Come up to the top. Okay, what have they been aware of that has changed? Well, we just saw a major change in them, but what specific change has happened for them because of this journey? Oh, High Priestess. They know that the High Priestess exists, but this energy is mercy, humility, compassion. This is the be still and know. So they have dropped into their own intuition on a level they never thought was possible. They're out of the blame game victim, and now they're just seeing what is productive, what is real, what is possible. The High Priestess talks about the portals that are there in plain sight, outside of our view when we are locked in those lower vibrational dynamics. The suffering, the hell, the things we don't see. So their eyes have been opened. They're starting to see reality the way you have shown them to see it. Adventure, possibility, miracles, delight, joyful ways of looking at things that others wouldn't necessarily assume, that aren't necessarily wrong. Like your masculine has seen this emerging way of approaching reality that is adventurous, miraculous, all at the same time. How is this playing out mostly in their lives? Yeah, when they are going to bed at night, when they're resting, they have memories. They think about this stuff. We just heard the telepathic conversations. But this is also the healing that's happening. This is the resolve, the dissolution of the karmic ways of being. The Three of Swords here is the heartache of the past. They're sorting it. They are coming to their truths. They might be praying, but they are balancing it out. They're taking time to focus on self that way, to allow the growth. So that's the change in them. They pause. The Four of Swords is the lower or the minor arcana high priestess. So they are seeing that they need to take the time, and they are more and more to drop into this conscious space of asking for clarity, asking for peace, asking for comfort, asking for direction. This is a change. They are more likely to look for those hidden nuggets of gold. What can we see for what they would say to the divine feminines about this? Innovation, scientific pursuits, invention. So they are trialing this. They are seeing if they do this consistently as a discipline. Let me word it like this. You've taught me a new way of living. I'm trying it out. I've seen you do it. You might not think that I've noticed how you do it, but I know you. Somehow I know you more deeply than I've ever been able to sort of get into somebody else's way. You are so open to me that I don't have fear when I'm looking at you. Because you've shown me how much you love me, it's like I can go deeper in without skepticism, and therefore I can begin to see through your eyes, that childlike way that you look at things with freshness. It takes my breath away, because no matter what you've been through or how long you've been on this earth, you have retained a sense of purity, a sense of wonder that I haven't seen in other people. I've seen people that are jaded and angry and skeptical. I realize now that that is a character that you possess, or you are free from those things. Your character is so different, and that has been what has shown me to keep believing in the possible, looking at things that come up that don't feel good, looking at puzzles to solve. You've given me extra tools to do that, and I'm trying your way. And guess what? I am actually seeing my reality in such a different way because of it. You are such a big influence in the way that I'm evolving to dance with my reality, to ask for what I want, to go for the things that others would say are impossible, to huck myself into things and know that the net will be provided with bravery. If my heart tells me to do it, I'm going for it. You give me wind in my sails, or at least that example has. And I'm really getting to know who you are. I used to think that you might be a little bit loopy about that, but now I'm realizing I've always wanted to be more like that, and because you exist, you give me permission to do that. I'm doing these things in my own way, through my own experiences, without you being there, but let me tell you, it's becoming a consistent way of life, and it is making such a difference in my happiness. What are they seeing? It changes in you because of this journey, feminines. Okay, they are seeing that you're less confused about commitment. You have grown so much in the short time that they have known you. It feels like a blink of an eye in the scope of eternity, I just heard. But they have seen you understand and stick with and have a tenacity for this connection that others would have gotten into the karmic looping and basically taken a step back and started blaming and getting upset. You didn't do that. You stuck with it. You stayed on that straight and narrow. You maintained the love. You stayed the course. So they see you learning how to get through the illusion of things that aren't love, They've seen you give them the benefit of the doubt. They've seen you forgive them. They've seen you become happy even when you don't get your way. They've seen you stay grounded even when they were spastastic. They've seen you hold your own, and they've seen you become commitment worthy. This is what is magnetizing them more to you and helping them verify the synchronicities, the awarenesses, the nudges for union that they're getting in their reality, because they actually see consistency in your character deepening, growing. They also see how you have eliminated other options because of this love, even without them asking. They see you embodying all the things that they would want ideally in a partner to prove that you are someone that could stand the test of time. How is this specifically played out in their realities? What has it been specifically, masculines? Yeah, they've seen you going to source, going to connection. When you have been uncertain, you seem to tap into something higher. You let go of the burden and you ask, what do I do next here? They've seen you keep going. They've just seen you do things. The moves you've made when things have gotten tricky have proven your character. They see your actions speaking louder than words. You continually show up for yourself. You continually show up for those in your life, including them, and they see you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. They're saying they see you. What would they say? Yeah, heck yeah. So emotional equilibrium, compassionate non-attachment. I've never seen someone keep their balance like you have. I have absolutely never seen someone walk an emotional tightrope the way you do. You not only walk it, look, mom, no hands, but you do pirouettes and you do, you know, it's like you're walking a slackline, doing all the tricks. That's how you are emotionally. You are a stunning creature to watch, the way you handle things. Everything I could throw at you, not that I would do it on purpose, but any of the times that I've had doubts and I've done things that, you know, haven't necessarily felt balanced. I've said things, I've acted out, I've been insecure. I know when I've been doing that, but I've done it anyways and I've flailed. You take that, it's like you're Rumpelstiltskin making gold. It's like you just make lemonade and you show me not to be afraid, because you show me how else I could look at it, because you are this balanced mirror. You might not think that I'm watching that, but that's the one thing that makes me cry. If anything makes me cry is just, how do you even exist? How do you do that? How do I be more like that? How do I get to you? How do I get to that? I'm not even close. I'm getting there. I'm starting to see how to do that. But at first, when you first started doing that, I was waiting for the bomb to drop. And the more you pull that off, the more I'm just in awe. Yeah, right now I'm crying, but you know, and sometimes it's been awe-inspiring. I'm like, that's my divine feminine. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to know you. I'm so honored that someone like you pays attention to me, that we've had the connection that we have so far. There must be a God. There must be a God. Do you know how much I appreciate it? If I can ever get myself into a place where I feel I could be worthy for you, and I am trying to get there, I will repay you for the rest of our lives. I love your soul so much. Whoa. Thank you, masculines. They're saying, what other intimate connection could reveal such essential, deep truths than a divine love, than a God-given love? They're really having a God-given awakening about the power of love, everybody. Love you, masculines. Love you. Okay. What is the remarkable thing that they have been surprised by on this journey? Well, I think we keep getting these mind blow things that they have been aware of, but okay, masculines, what have you been surprised by on this journey? Well, the reciprocity, the healing, and the impossible, that they never thought they would find love, that they thought that it would be player energy and superficial, and that they would just keep turning over rocks and then, you know, getting let down by different sexual encounters, or, you know, keep putting themselves out there. They didn't think that they would find their match. This is quite honestly, they were surprised that they found their match. I just heard, I mean, I begged God to bring me my match, but I didn't know if it would actually happen. So that's what they're surprised by. I mean, they are shocked that they found their match. Wow. How did they know? Well, we get the Prince of Wands in the upright and the King of Wands. You made a man out of them. Take gender how it resonates, but they just knew deep within. There were confirmations. There were things when you showed up into their world that they didn't tell you about, that instantly they rose up to their best. So whether that was in the bedroom, or whether that was just that you didn't compare, you were heads and shoulders above all other people that they had ever interacted with. For some reason, they went into their masculine polarity like they never had before, and you made a man out of them. Again, gender how it resonates. That's what I'm being given. So yeah, there was something that it was their time to shine. When they met you, they saw themselves as divine. They saw themselves as at their pinnacle. They popped into that heightened frequency that they had never fully experienced before. It was like all of their trauma, all of their fear was instantaneously gone for a time, and they met you in that ascended energy. I'm hearing it wasn't a way of life for them, so they've had to go back and take that souvenir of seeing what they're capable of, seeing what connection is capable of, and they've had to go in and work the puzzle in their ordinary life and integrate a lot of that. But this was the thing. They have never been so heightened sexually, so aroused, so virile, so I'm hearing stamina, so engaged. So that can be sexually, but that can also be just energetically what your connection did to their ambition, their character, their drive, their aliveness. You brought them to life, and I heard this is what it is to really live. This is really living. But let's see, what would their words about this surprise? This is the stuff dreams are made of, I just heard. So if you're wondering if they felt the spark too, seal of evolutionary colors, progressive awareness, multi-directional change, golden seed, lightweight or light, wholeness, warmth, well-being, and union. I've never been at that peak at any other time in my life. There was something about us that clicked. My soul was comforted. You have told me how I affected you on a soul level. I've never been able to put it into words. I might just be saving that for our wedding vows. But when I met you, I saw that there was a whole other layer of living. There was a whole other dimension of life that I had never truly experienced firsthand. I kind of glimpsed it was possible, but theory is nothing compared to it finally showing up right in front of our eyes, right in front of me, and experiencing it on that level. You and our connection have been the most advanced thing that I've ever experienced regarding interaction with another person. It is the most comforting thing, but also the most exhilarating. And with you, there is no end. I can't tell where you begin or where I end and where you begin. There's so many things that I haven't been able to put into words that are such a seamless, continuous flow between us that I'm still coming to the awareness that it's actually even happening. It's a lot to take in, you know. Okay, let's look at a divine lens. How have the masculines grown? What does the divine want us to know? They've learned to come into perfect, impeccable timing with the divine timing, with divine will, to surrender their need to force things, to be in ego, to be in fear, to be in control dynamics. They have released. So the divine is saying that the masculines have surrendered to a higher navigation. How is this played out in their lives? How have the masculines experienced this evolution in their lives? Inner nurture, but this is wifey material. So because they've surrendered, they now have eyes to see you. You are their reward, hidden in plain sight, that when they give over their control freak tendencies, you become accessible to them as one of the greatest gifts that a masculine could have in this incarnation, true love. And so as they align with you, they only do that through going through this cosmic refining, this divine process. And the more they align with that, the more you come into their reality, their internal sense of nurture, self-love, hand in hand with all of those messages we heard earlier about what self-love is like for them to experience, how they're seeing the inner workings of it. That's also making them a match internally for you, divine feminine. What would they say about this? Oh, geez, so many things. Quickening, exponential expansion, spiritual gifts, mystery, ascension, surrender, purification. Exactly. They are ascending. So they've connected with the divine. So they're rising up. Spiritualization of matter, sophistication, ingenuity, and elegance. So they would say, the more I let go of my control, the more I surrender, the more I purify, the more I go towards what is good and right and true and has always made sense on my soul, but I didn't think it was cool enough. I didn't think it was, acceptable enough. The world tells me so many things that I shouldn't do. I shouldn't be a dreamer. I shouldn't be so naive. But the more I looked at this journey, the more I saw the way you do it, the more I saw how happy you are, how abundant you are, how your life just flows, how your reality rises up to meet you, the more I thought, how could it be so crazy? How could it be so wrong? And I started doing little things. I started looking at things in little ways that helped me choose surrender, choose openness, choose life. And as I did that, I saw that everything is good. Everything around me is so splendorous. There's so much more than we realize. I'm being brought into another dimension, another way of looking at my life, at reality, at the things that show up. There are no coincidences. Things are getting cooler. I just think things lately and they happen. I'm getting certain premonitions. I'm aware of things before they happen. If it's not going to be beneficial, I'm starting to get more intuitive guidance of what might happen so that I can make a difference before it happens. Things are happening pretty quick. I have a sense that it took you a lot longer to get to where you are, but because of you, because of your example, you'd actually be surprised at how quickly this is happening. It's like I'm on one of those escalators or belts at the airport and walking twice as fast as everyone around me. I'm seeing I'm outgrowing quite a few people, and some people don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But you do. I don't even have to explain myself, and you do. These are the things that gives me hope that I am going to catch up to you. I want to surprise you with who I've become. I'm starting to see you. Can you feel me more and more lately? Because I'm starting to send you intentional messages. I'm starting to believe that we can have that kind of multidimensional love. It's not so overwhelming anymore. I'm getting it. I don't feel like my old self. But I'm not quite sure how it should all go. I'm more open than I've ever been, though. There are just some things you can't rush, but I want to say you're making a believer out of me, but I'm actually responsible for it because I'm trying to, you know, in this spaciousness, I trust your love. I know in some ways you'll always at least be there for me for a friend. I have a sense you love me so much, though, and you're so patient. You're the most patient person I've ever heard or met. But I do want to tell you, as I'm starting to really get a hang of this, get a handle on this, I appreciate the space you're giving me so much to do so. Because these kind of things you can't really learn the same way unless you do it in sort of a protection bubble, alone, in solitude. The way that I'm seeing energy, cause and effect, things playing out, yeah, it can be frustrating because sometimes it feels uncertain and like it's going to take a long time and like we're really far apart. Sometimes I do long for you, but I'm learning that I don't have to because you actually love me and that I have the time I need to do this. It got really weird for a while there, and I thought that there were tricks. I thought I was going a little bit crazy, but I'm starting to balance out in it. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I'm trying not to be hard on myself that I didn't see this stuff before, that I got caught up in the world, excess, stimulation. But this is what the world is trying to offer with all that extra going on. We are the luckiest people. I just want to hug you. I want to be close with you when it's time. Whew. Okay, I was gonna do another part of this reading. That was a lot. I am so honored to have brought those through. Those are some really beautiful messages. Masculines, oof, I love you. My cutie, I love you. I just wanted to say that out loud. I love you. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.